Welcome to this tutorial on live polling. Live polling is a feature in Builder that allows you to gather votes from your session attendees in real time. So you'll set up questions, you'll enable the poll, attendees will use their phones to respond or participate in the poll, and then you can see those results in real time. Let's dive right in. Before I set up a poll, I need to make sure that I have sessions in my schedule. This is because each live poll is attached to a schedule session. So I would need to make sure I have sessions in my schedule, which I do, and then we'll go back to the dashboard to find the live poll box. So we're looking for polls and surveys down here. We'll click on that, and then we'll click on Create New. We'll click New Live Poll, and then we'll give it a name. You may want to give your live poll a slightly more descriptive name than the one that I'm giving it in this video. And then you can start typing in the name of a session where this poll will be linked. It will pull up all of your sessions, so you're kind of searching through them. We'll link this session to Workshop 1. We have now created a poll. If you want to add an administrator who can help add questions to the poll or administer the poll, feel free to invite them via email here. Let's click Edit Poll. This is the poll administrator's portal. From this screen, I can add questions, I can edit questions, I can present or activate the poll, and then after the poll is concluded, I can download the data from the responses we've gathered. Let's click Add New to get started. Each poll question is multiple choice, and you can add up to 10 choice options here. So type in your choices and click Create Question. Let's add a second question just to see what a poll looks like with multiple questions in it. These questions may be general, getting to know your audience, or they may be specific to the topic, which the speaker kind of wants to ask the audience to inform the speaker's presentation. So I've added a couple questions here. I can click and drag these questions to reorder them. I can click the edit icon to change something about the question I created. I can also click the trash can icon to delete a question if I would like. Now we've set up a poll with a few questions, but we're not quite ready to present it or use it just yet. The problem is that we've made changes in our guide, but we haven't published those changes out to the user's devices. So let's exit out of the portal and go back to the main Builder page. You see that we have updates pending, so let's publish our guide. This means that my poll will now be visible to end users. It's linked to a schedule session, so while that's publishing out to my phone, I'll make sure that I go back to polls and surveys, the Live Polls tab, and then pick up that sample poll that we were working on just now. Again, I can click the Edit Poll button to get to the portal view, this blue screen. Now on my simulator device, I'm going to check for those updates to make sure that I have the most recent, up-to-date version of the guide. It's applying updates, and now when I go into the schedule and I click on Workshop 1, I see our link to the sample poll. The poll is not currently active, so I'm going to see a screen that says, hey, the poll is not active right now. Please wait for the speaker to activate the poll. This means that on the poll admin side, I need to click the button to start presenting. The moment I click this button, the first question will be visible to my end users, and it will also show up on my portal screen. Now, as an end user, if I try to tap anything on my phone over here, I won't do anything. The poll admin needs to click Allow Voting. So after the speaker discusses the prompt and tells people to pull out their phones and access the live poll, you can allow voting. I can tap to make a selection. When I confirm my selection, there's no going back. I cannot edit the selection, so I will confirm. You'll see that on the admin portal view, the vote is being recorded. I also have this poll up on my cell phone, so I'll show you what it looks like to have 2 votes come in. So those changes come in real time, and we see a vote for each, and the bar has changed to indicate 50% for this response. After the votes have been collected, we want to disable voting. In order to move on to the next question, let's click this arrow button at the top of the screen. And the second question appears on users' devices as well as in the portal. Again, this is time for you to pause, the speaker gives instructions or discusses the question, and then the admin in the portal clicks to allow voting one more time. So here I go, I'm an end user, I make my selection on this phone, and I'm also going to tap a selection on my other device so you can see what it looks like to have multiple votes come in. The admin disables voting and then can conclude the poll by clicking Stop Presenting. For end users, we see the poll inactive screen once more. On the admin side, I now have a new icon. This bar graph will let me view the responses for each question individually. I also have a reset button if I want to reset the questions and use the poll again. There's also a button active now called Download Poll. I can actually export the results for this poll into a spreadsheet via my browser at any time. So that's what it looks like for the poll admin on one computer and the end user on their devices. You may have noticed that there is a button called Other Pages. If I click on Other Pages, we'll see there is an attendee voting link, which if I click View, we'll see what it looks like. The poll is currently inactive, so it shows me that. But this is for folks who are on laptop or desktop computers, or they don't have the app on their mobile device. They can access this link via web browser. So you can email it up to them, or maybe post it on the PowerPoint if you're presenting one, so people can navigate to this link and participate via web browser. The other link on the other pages is a presentation view. So in the example so far, we've seen the admin side, which you wouldn't necessarily show your end users. You wouldn't want them to see you clicking through everything. And we've seen the end user side from a mobile device. However, let's say you wanted to show the end users those results coming in real time while you're running the poll. So on a separate screen, we could click Other Pages and pull up this presentation link. On a separate screen, you would project this presentation view. And let's see what that would look like. I have a separate poll set up. So let's back up to my guide dashboard. We'll go back to Polls and Surveys, Live Polls, and then pull up this Keynote poll that I have set up previously. I'm going to open the poll admin screen. I'm going to shrink it down a little bit so you can see a few more things on my screen. This poll is attached to the Keynote lunch session in my schedule. So I'm going to pull that up on my phones. So we're ready to go from the mobile side. Here's my Keynote poll. And then I'll click Other Pages to show you that presentation link one more time. So I'm going to pull this down. On the right side of the screen, we have a mobile device. In the middle of the screen, we have the presentation view. Again, these two components are what your end user will see during the session. And then in the top left corner of my screen, I have the presenter portal, the admin portal. So the poll admin will be running this from a separate computer. Your end users will not see this blue screen. So work with your AV team to make sure that you can present the presentation page without showing the admin portal. Let's see what this looks like. If I click Start Presenting on this poll, in the portal view, I see the first question appear. On the presentation view, I see the first question appear. On my mobile device, if I tap into the poll, the first question is visible. Again, it's not active, it's not available for voting yet. So let me allow voting. Again, I hop back to the presenter portal, the admin portal, and I clicked Allow Voting. So we have our presentation view and our end users participating in the poll. So I will choose red on my simulator device, and I will choose blue on my personal device, and we see those votes come in. This presentation view is fantastic to show your end users those results without kind of showing the underbelly of you clicking on Allow Voting, clicking on the arrow keys, all that stuff. So if at all possible, pull up this presentation link and have it displayed or projected on a screen while your attendees use their mobile devices to vote. So I'll disable voting from the portal, and I'll stop presenting now. So on my mobile device, the poll is inactive, and on my presentation screen, again, we have this waiting image. It's inactive. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this video. We learned how to create a poll and link it to a schedule session. We learned how to add administrators to help you with the poll. We learned how to add questions and run a poll. And we also saw what the poll looks like for the end user on a mobile device and what the poll looks like for an end user should you choose to use this presentation view as well. If you have any questions or you would like a personal walkthrough of live polling, please reach out to your account manager or contact the support team via email at support@guidebook.com.